Welcome back, students. Again, I have come here to take a class. Today I will continue with the chapter 4. In the last class we read the definition of weather, climate, distinguish between weather and climate, meteorology, meteorologist, and the elements of weather and weather basically. So in the last I finished up to the temperature, and today I will continue with the other elements. First is the atmospheric pressure. So what is the atmospheric pressure? We all know our earth is surrounded with different types of gases, and these gases is like envelope on our earth. So this is our atmosphere. This is our earth and this is our atmosphere. So this atmosphere here on our earth, of this atmosphere, there are a pressure, that is the atmospheric pressure. What is happening on a certain place? If I will take that is a place on a particular time, and a particular place, that means here I am taking that is, suppose there is A and B place. So on that place, the air column of air, how much pressure, how much weight is giving, that is the atmospheric pressure. So on a particular time, on a particular place, how much in each and every places is covered with air. So suppose I am taking that AB place, on that AB place on a particular time, how much air, column of air is giving pressure or giving the weight of the pressure is giving the pressure, that is called actually the atmospheric pressure. The weight of the air of the AB. It can be the place, it can be anywhere. So it can be near the mountain, near the sea, anywhere. So the place and the time, there will be the particular. That is the main thing of the atmospheric pressure, and this atmospheric pressure depends on different things. First is the temperature, next is altitude, like time, location. These things are actually main factors of the atmospheric pressure. So what is the relation between temperature and pressure? There is the reverse relation. When temperature will increase, the pressure will decrease. These are two type of temperature. One is cold temperature, another one is warm temperature. When the cold air and the warm air. Here is the warm air. I am taking that. These are the molecules of the air. Okay, of warm air, and these are the molecules of cold air. So here you can see there is the less molecules in the warm air. So the density of this warm air, that is low. Here in the cold air, the density is high. So where density is low, their pressure is also low. So means temperature is high, density is low, and pressure is low. In the opposite things is happening in the temperature low, density high and the pressure high. So this is the relation between temperature and pressure. So if I will take the air is near the sea level, that means there is temperature is high near the sea level. Okay, when the air rises up, it will cool down and the temperature will low. Then what will be the pressure? Pressure will be here. Pressure will be here low. Pressure will be here high. So that means the location is also related with the pressure. Then now we understand the temperature how related pressure, location how related pressure. In the same thing also happening with the altitude. Here the altitude, when altitude will increase, here also the temperature will low and the pressure will high. In the low altitude area, their temperature will high and the pressure will low. If I will take time, that means summer, winter, this time if I will take, the same thing will happen. In the summer time, temperature will high, so pressure will low, and winter time, temperature will low and pressure will high. So these are the factors of the how the pressure is interrelated with these factors, and maximum things are interrelation, opposite relation with the pressure. Okay, so these are the elements of weather, that is atmospheric pressure. This is the formula of relative humidity. First is the maximum capacity of water vapor in air, and the absolute humidity means the actual water vapor what is present in that air. This ratio, when we will convert this ratio into the percentage, that is the relative humidity. So with the temperature, relative humidity has a reverse relation. First is when relative humidity, first is when temperature will increase, then relative humidity will decrease. When temperature will decrease, then relative humidity will increase. Okay, so when we are near the sea, there is temperature will high, so here is relative humidity is low, because of here the air is hot, and so that is why the relative humidity is low. When this hot air will rises up, and then it will decrease the temperature. This air, when it will decrease the temperature, then there the relative humidity will high. So here we can understand the reverse relation between the relative humidity and the temperature. So next is when humidity will increase. Humidity will increase, then the evaporation rate will slow down, and for that reason the sweating will be the increase. So with the humidity, when humidity will increase, evaporation rate will slow down, not actually decrease but slow down. This is slow down the process, the evaporation process will slow down, that is why we will sweat so much. This is the relative humidity. So in winter, relative humidity will low, and in the summer relative humidity will low and the winter relative humidity will high. So these things are the relative humidity. So one another thing is the near the coastal area their humidity is high, and when we will go towards the mountain area or the high altitude area, there the the humidity will the low. So these things are the these two things are the another two main elements of the of our weather. First is the atmospheric pressure and second is the humidity. Okay, so today I am finishing here. In the next class I will come with the winds, precipitation, winds and clouds. Thank you.